President. And now I pass the floor to the President of the European Commission.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Indeed, we had a very productive EU-Japan summit. Japan is a like-minded partner of the European Union, and we have made good progress on our partnership. There is still a lot to be done, but we went through each of the topics, and there's a lot of cooperation that we are working on to increase the common agenda. Indeed, the first point on our common agenda was climate, the fight against climate change. And here, Japan is one of the first countries that has committed to climate neutrality in 2050. It was last fall, so they are, like the European Union, very committed to the long-term goals. I very much welcome that. It will be interesting to see the goal defined by Japan by 2030, and we want to work much closer on this topic together. That's why we indeed started the first ever Green Alliance with Japan. And there's a whole agenda that is in this Green Alliance, in the green transition. We want to inspire others to join, of course, and therefore this Green Alliance is also so important in the run-up to the COP15 on biodiversity in Kunming and the COP26 on climate in Glasgow, because we really need to move to form this movement towards tangible, reliable goals we put for ourselves out there to fight climate change and to fight the loss of biodiversity. There are a few topics or examples of the Green Alliance. For example, that we shape global standards, or that we both push forward sustainable finance, like green bonds, and that we are firm on carbon pricing. But we also see an enormous potential in cooperating in the Green Alliance, for example, on clean energy. We will be signing a memorandum of cooperation on hydrogen with Japan in the second half of this year. This paves the way, but there are also other topics like the offshore wind, to work there closely together. All this was part of our discussions in this summit. On bilateral trade, another topic, here the cornerstone is the Economic Partnership Agreement. It has joint priority and we have to implement it fully. We will focus on delivering concrete benefits in non-tariff areas and on clarifying the free flow of data under our agreement, for instance. And we will continue working on market access within this Economic Partnership Agreement for EU agricultural products and on the remaining sanitary and phytosanitary issues that have to be resolved. On multilateral trade, we share absolutely the views on the necessity to reform WTO. And as we're very happy that the US with President Biden is back at the negotiation table, we should now use the momentum mainly to develop new multilateral rules and to unlock the dispute settlement mechanism. Here we agreed that we will push together for really having a concrete result in the ministerial conference of WTO in the second half of the year. On digital, Japan is our oldest and closest partner in the digital field. And once more, here too, we share the same vision of human-centric digitization. So we want to build a partnership for the digital decade with Japan. We are investing in connectivity. We can work together on standards, for example, on the ethical use of artificial intelligence. We will promote, as I've said, the digital trade flows through resilient supply chains and secure cyberspace, just to name a few examples of this potential. And fifth, on my last point, we also discussed the global fight against the pandemic. Both the European Union and Japan have made significant contributions to COVAX to ensure access to vaccines for all. The European Union will continue to support the efforts to fight the pandemic, including exporting vaccines. Here there was a very clear question from our Japanese partners. It is a sign of solidarity and a sign of friendship with Japan that so far the European Union has authorized more than 100 million doses to be exported to Japan. That is approximately enough to vaccinate 40% of the population. And this reflects the very strong bonds between the European Union and Japan. Thanks a lot.